Hello, my name is Alison Demong, 18 Powderhouse Lane. I am a member of the Norwell Board of Selectmen and also a member of the Carleton Committee. So in 2018, the town purchased what has been referred to as the Carleton Property, a 124-acre piece of land located on Main Street and Lincoln Street, and includes the 10-acre iconic Whiting Fields property along Main Street. At that time, the Selectmen created a Carleton Committee tasked with evaluating and recommending various uses for the property to bring back to a future town meeting. Since the property was purchased with Community Preservation Act funds, the potential uses are limited to the scope of the CPA: open space, recreation, historic preservation, and affordable housing. The committee was structured to include representation from various relevant boards, as well as 4 at-large seats, and 16 residents applied and interviewed for the 9 spots. The appointed committee members include Planning Board Chairman Brendan Sullivan, CPC member Rich Levitt, past Conservation Commission member and former conservation agent Cliff Prentice, Board of Selectmen member Alison Demong, Community Housing Trust member Andy Reardon, who is also an abutter to the property, and our fire chief. And we also had 4 at-large seats filled by John Selby, Tim Timmerman, Caitlin White, who is also an abutter to the property on Lincoln Street, and Roger Hughes, who was our town moderator for many years. The committee met over 20 times over the course of 2 years to come up with the recommendations you are being asked to vote on today. Meetings were held with the Conservation Commission, Recreation Commission, Athletic Fields Commission, Historical Commission, Community Housing Trust, and the Pathways Committee. There were several abutters and residents that attended every meeting. The findings include the following. The Athletic Fields Committee does not support a project at this location. The Conservation Commission is supportive of keeping as much of the land as possible in conservation with improved trails and parking. The Rec Commission did not have a specific project, but was very supportive of all types of passive recreation projects. And the Community Housing Trust asked that a portion be set aside for a future housing project. So we spent the most of our time discussing the topic of housing. The Community Housing Trust members have been busy with other projects and were unable to develop a concrete proposal in the time frame that we were asking, but they were extremely interested in setting aside land for future development. There was a great deal of discussion about how much land to set aside and where. It was acknowledged that any proposed development should be scaled to fit in with the surrounding neighborhoods, and that a large-scale development would be out of character in this location. As a result, we collectively agreed that any future development should be situated close to Lincoln Street in order to eliminate the need for costly infrastructure that would be necessary to access acreage further back into the property. Here's the final map that shows these recommendations. The land shaded in green would be designated for conservation, and the land shaded in yellow would be designated community housing. The Whiting Fields along Main Street would be included in the conservation designation, which was always a town goal. There's about an acre of land between the housing portion and 36 Lincoln Street for a possible small parking area and access point for trail network that exists in the back portion of the property. So the final recommendations for the Carleton Committee are as follows. Article 10, to see if the town will designate 115.9 acres to the Conservation Commission for open space and passive recreation purposes. And Article 11, to see if the town will designate 8.3 acres to the Community Housing Trust for a future community housing project. Thank you.